Hello everyone, this is Ayan from Foodgenics. So today we are going to venture into a new domain of discussion with my fellow co-founder of Foodgenics, Shubham Banerjee. Although we have been closely related to each other through various academic and co-curricular activities, but today we will have a professional discussion which will benefit the food technology community. So, Foodgenics has established its name as an academically oriented platform, but on public demand and many queries. So this time we thought about enlightening our viewers about the professional world as well. So it's my pleasure to welcome you, Shubham, in today's discussion of formula for FMCG. I have known Shubham from very beginning of my MTech days. To begin with, he has cracked GATE 2019 in Engineering Sciences paper with an All India rank of 78. So, like, you have always been an inspiration for me, Shubham, and all the juniors out there in our food technology domain. To begin with today's discussion, first of all, I want you to give a brief idea to our viewers about your background.
Definitely, Ayan. Thank you for that great introduction, and absolutely likewise, you have also been a very great inspiration as a friend and as a co-founder. So, obviously, guys, a little bit about myself before we go into deeper into the discussion. I am from originally from the city of Joy, Kolkata, and I'm currently pursuing my MTech in the domain of food engineering and technology from Institute of Chemical Technology, Mumbai. Previously, I've done my BTech from West Bengal University of Technology, Kolkata. My interests, other than all these academic pursuits and other activities, is obviously music. I am a musician. I like to read and obviously traveling across the country. So, yeah,
Yeah,
that's
great to know that. And I like to share with all our viewers that Shubham is really a great singer. So, like, I'm just curious, or I just want to ask you one question. When we joined our undergraduate program in food technology, like, both of us joined in the same year, that is 2015. So, like, during that time, the food technology program, or the food engineering courses and all these things, it was at a nascent stage. Okay, so, like, did food technology happen to you by choice or by chance?
So this is a very cunning question from Ayan. At the same time, this was a question which was asked by me, asked by my seniors when I just started my journey as a food technologist in BTech. So obviously, I did have some other options initially. Let's be honest, when we just start off our engineering journey, we actually don't know what we are getting into before we get into engineering. So
Exactly.
that, yeah, but still, I did have some other options to choose from. But this happened by chance, food technology. And with time, I gradually developed interest towards the field, and this did not happen in a day. And over the years in my BTech as well as in MTech times, I participated and I started intensively, participating in different product development competitions, innovation contests, hackathons around the country, and also, internationally, pitch competitions as well. So gradually, when I started seeing the world and seeing the applications of this particular domain, and such a wide scope for it in the industry as well, I fell in love with it. And gradually, my dream took shape from being just an academically oriented food technologist to want to get into a top FMCG company one day, an organization which has a disruptive, innovative atmosphere. And that is exactly what shaped my driving force and lineated me towards a technical field rather than going into a marketing or a business oriented or a techno commercial field. I wanted to get into a core technical field after I developed that passion for this particular domain.
Okay, so I feel that from by chance it just converted into your passion gradually. So that's great to
Exactly,
know.
exactly.
That's great to know. So now we'll be heading towards the main focus for today's discussion. So please tell us how the story of how your Mondelez journey began.
Absolutely, Ayan. So, Mondelez journey, it all started a few years back, like not only 2 years, I would say almost 3, 4 years back when I was pursuing my BTech. Uh, I knew about this organization and I have tasted products since my childhood, so I obviously had an emotional lineation towards this company to know what's happening inside it. So during when I was pursuing my bachelor's, although I tried getting into a big name like Mondelez, approached many recruiters from the company. They did make it very clear that time that they only recruit from elite institutions like ICT, NIFTEM, and other IITs and NITs. So from that time, my major focus was to get into some of these institutions so that I can secure my future, which eventually led to my GATE preparation journey, all India rank of 78 in GATE XC, and securing my seat at ICT Mumbai. And like in ICT Mumbai, the system is such that all the big shots in the FMCG domain, they take in interns first, and after the tenure ends, at least during my time, it was like this: that first the internship, after the tenure of internship ends, depending on the person's or the candidate's performance, the quality of the project, and several multiple screening processes after that, they give pre-placement offers or final placement offers to the candidate. So that's exactly the whole journey, starting from my BTech time to now when I finally got a pre-placement offer at Mondelez.
That's a very
So
inspirational story, Shubham. Nice to
yeah,
know that. So, can you just give an idea to our viewers that how is the entire recruitment process by the giants like Mondelez?
absolutely. So it's not very complicated, although it's a long process. It requires a lot of perseverance and continuous grit to pursue it. So the first step, obviously, is the first shortlisting, which takes place when the company first comes to the campus. During my time, it was like this: that there was a CV basis screening, as in depending on the candidate's past BTech marks. If the candidate has at least more than 7 CGPA aggregate, only then will he be eligible to sit for the recruitment process of Mondelez. Uh, Not only that, after the CV screening took place, there was another round, second round, that is the GD round. That is a very intensive round, the group discussion round. And in this particular round, it's not only about the technical knowledge, guys. The recruiters test your general knowledge topics. You need to have very good soft skills. The way you throw your speech, the way you express yourself, the way the process in which you interact with the other people who are in the group discussion, your ability to collaborate, your ability to counter a point. It's Remember, it's not a debate, so you have to be very logical at the same time, very collaborative in your atmosphere, in your mindset. Not only that, the presence of mind, taking the lead, and trying to be at the top of your game. These were the things that they were testing when we got our group discussion rounds. Uh, the major advice to all the people watching today is obviously to be expressive and spontaneous. At the same time, be humble towards other people's opinions during the group discussion. And since during my time, the competition was not only from my food engineering stream, also students from the food biotechnology stream were sitting for the placement. Almost 30 people were competing for only two internship posts at this company. So after I crossed the GD round, I went to the personal interview round, which was a combination of both HR and technical. HR being your human resource, and technical being your technological knowledge that they test. So very basic questions. It started with basic hi, hello, and basic introduction about myself and my ambitions and passions and everything. Basic questions on past internship experiences, all the different learnings that I've had from my past industrial experiences, competitions that I've taken part, and obviously basic idea about food chemistry, food products, and a little bit of engineering and technology as well. The major thing that they wanted to see was whether I was discreet and spontaneous. That was one thing that they saw. And the HR did not ask a lot of questions, but they asked very specific questions, judging my character, presence of mind, and obviously what are my future goals and how am I as a holistically as a person. These were the things that they check, not only your technical know-how, but the whole, your whole elemental character that you have. That is what these people tested. So yeah.
Yeah. So, like you have given a lot of information to our viewers, and I'm sure it will be really helpful to you. And of course, like these days, personal development is like very important. Just having the technical knowledge is not sufficient to get into the top FMCGs and all. So, and I have also seen you from the very first day that you always work on yourself, that how to develop yourself each day. So I just
Hmm.
want to ask you one more thing, like what are the key factors, okay, you kept in your mind during preparation for such, intensive recruitment process?
Absolutely. There was a lot of things that you need to keep in mind when you're sitting for a big company. The companies which will give you not only that fat check, but also a huge professional experience and a way forward into the future. So obviously, the first thing that I prepared with was I documented all my previous past internships that I had done in Adani Wilmar, Food Safety and Standards Authority of India. I also had done internships at Britannia Industries. Uh, Not only that, also in other domains as well. And my internships were spanned out, in different functionalities. Few companies I worked in was in the R&D department. Few companies I worked in as in the regulatory department. In some company I worked in the industrial production department. So I had to again go and revisit those old project reports and see what I had done during that time, to jiggle it up in my mind again. And obviously, revising the basic things that I learned, the key things that I learned during those past internships. Other than that, obviously, revisiting, the different things that I participated in, different hackathons, product development competitions, and obviously there also I worked very intensively during my BTech time. So, preparing for a company is not a 1 week journey. It is basically your whole academic life that you are spending right from your BTech to your MTech. You have gained small experiences, and that all summarizes into the character that you are building for a particular company like Mondelez or any
Exactly.
big shot company. So, soft skills development is a very important other than your technical know-hows. And obviously, I spent a little bit of time on that as well. I looked at some videos of HRs taking live interviews in different colleges, not only technical colleges. I also looked at certain interviews of IIMs and management institutes. How what kind of questions they ask in those marketing and business development roles as well. I did not leave any stone unturned. And how I did watch some videos. LinkedIn skill development courses are also there. If you're interested, you can watch them. Past experiences. I talked to my seniors who had previously cracked the interviews in these companies. Got to know about what kind of questions they might ask. You have to be constantly on the move when you're practicing, when you're preparing for such a company. So obviously, I did everything. I won't say I did everything. Maybe whatever the most I could do. So yeah.
Yeah, I feel that you have covered a wide domain so that you get the full confidence when you sit in front of the panelist, and also I feel you have a holistic experience through your internships of some so diversified sectors and all, so that
Hmm.
I hope surely helped you. So
Correct.
like One more interesting question to you, like as everyone knows that this is a pandemic scenario, and
Hmm.
all the other internships that you talked about, like those were your on-site internships, right? And this time it
Correct.
is completely a online virtual internship. So how
Correct.
this time how it was different from your previous internships, and what are the major challenges that you faced during the internship?
Absolutely. So, rightly asked, and the thing is, obviously, the past internships that I did in all these companies, whether be it the R&D or the industrial sector or the this thing, uh, they were all on-site internships, and I had to go to the office, and regularly it was like a 9 to 5 kind of a job there, which I did in those internships, and I was in constant interaction with the people in the factory, people in the R&D labs and quality labs, and that kind of communication is obviously something unique. It obviously built my profile as well. But this time, since it was online, at the same time it was in the research and development domain. Uh, it was a little bit, challenging at the beginning, but obviously I gained a foothold. So it was a research oriented and a research and a survey oriented project that I have that I had. Uh, Obviously, a new flavor of experience, and I had to be constantly in touch with the mentors of the project in the company online. Okay, whether be it calling, whether be running behind
Yeah.
them when they were busy in their meetings and conferences. You have to show your interest in a place where you are not meeting every day, we are not regularly meeting them.
Yeah, I
So
understand.
exactly. So had to do all my surveys and presentations online, and obviously giving regular updates to the mentors in my team. Uh, Obviously, not only this, I got a chance to interact with cross-functional and cross-divisional teams across the country, which might not have been possible if I was doing a local on-site internship. I would not have got the chance to interact with somebody outside of the state where I'm working or the city where I'm working. So that was one good thing. So the project was not implementable right away, obviously, because we are all not very experienced. But obviously, it helped me develop my knowledge intensively on creating simulations, formulations virtually, also learning about experimental design and all that other stuff which entails before a product goes into the pilot plant implementation. So that was a huge learning which I earlier did not have. That was a good thing. Other than that, uh, if you talk about the process after my internship period ended, it was a 5 months period of research and literature work and survey work that I did. After that 5 months ended, post my internship, I also had to give a very detailed presentation on my research work in front of almost 20 to 30 R&D professionals of the organization,
Okay.
followed by a Q&A session, obviously, where not only the technicalities which I have provided, they even ask me questions on project financials, what are the key deliverables that I am thinking as a young technologist and an R&D person in their company, what is the implementation timeline of the project, key insights, loopholes. They were all asked by assessors. So it was not like a very easy way through, but it was an interesting way. So it was like a mini interview, you might say, just after my internship. And the experience was extremely enlightening, and everybody was very encouraging. The atmosphere was really friendly. After this, after my this final review presentation,
Hmm.
there were two more interviews, Ayan.
Okay.
uh, you know Before my final pre-placement offer confirmation, there was one HR and technical combined. It was almost it almost extended up to an hour or more, 1 hour 15 minutes. That interview was very intensive. Like every textbook HR question was asked.
Okay.
Literally every HR question was asked, which basically testing my character, uh, capacity to handle stress, conflict resolution, negotiation capabilities, friendliness with my past associates, all kinds of things, innovative bent of mind. How can I go beyond the conventional thinking and go beyond and do something for my society, and all kinds of questions. So and not only this, interviewers from abroad, headquarters were also there, present, to ask me about my current academic research which I'm doing in my college, basics of engineering, technology, product knowledge, past internship experiences. They asked everything, anything and everything. Okay, so basically, you might say, Ayan, it was like a microscopic study of the last 5 years of my academic life,
Okay.
which was undertaken by the recruitment panel. It was nerve wracking, but at the same time, the best interview of my life. I gave it my all. It was kind of my dream also. So obviously, keeping that narrow-headedness won't help you in interviews. You have to have a broader sense of belief and sense of courage inside you to face such a big panel, like almost 18 to 20 people were there. Now that it's online, it's even easier for them to gather people from Singapore, Europe, headquarters in India, and all of them were coming to judge 4 or 5 interns across the country to give them that one hallowed job offer. So obviously the PPO offer came on a sunny day a few months later. So that's how it happened.
So I would like to congratulate once again, as you have, gone through a very difficult, recruitment process, or I can say very intensive recruitment process of so many rounds of interviews and everything. So that's why at the beginning only I told you that you have always been an inspiration for me. Okay. So even our viewers can get an idea that how much you have to prepare yourself for getting into such big brands like Mondelez. So it was really, nice listening to your experiences, and I feel it was only possible because of your, passion and perseverance. So if our viewers have any sort of doubts, then they can surely contact you anytime regarding all the processes and everything. So
Absolutely.
yeah. So with this, I will end today's discussion. And if our viewers, if you like the video, then please like, comment, and share. Also, please subscribe our channel and do hit the bell icon so that you can receive future notifications. We will be having series of similar discussions with other people who have got internship into top FMCG companies. So stay tuned with us. That's it from my side. Ayan signing off.